Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Palmisano here. Nathan Rogers on Guitargate hits me little Tom Jones with Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, Long Time Gone. He says, thanks to Rick Beato and Alison Krauss for introducing me to this one. For those of you that think Tom is a cheesy relic from the 60s, he was a beast of a vocalist. I watched this interview. Rick, excellent job. As always, and Alison, you know how much I love you. The best of the very best. It is my pleasure to watch this. Here we go. Yeah. Look, David's like, yeah. Okay, I gotta go back and watch this and not just try to learn the song. The nuts and bolts of the song so far are A minor, right? D7. Could just be D major, but it sounds like that C note persists through each one, right? And then you got this walk down where it's like A minor, G, F, right? I'm kind of following the bass, just, it'll come together more as we go along. But then the last time through, it goes on this D, like D7, but it sounds like there's a little like a little chug in there too with the chord ringing out. But the singing here and the harmonies, I gotta just watch this. Neil. Yes. Loves it. What a walking. He's back there.
Speak, stand up and speak your mind. Oh, that's if you dare. Oh, but don't try to get yourself elected. No.
Dude, watching them in the background is ridiculous. They love his singing so much, but you can tell they are gone. And okay, so keep going.
If you do, you better.
Look at that snare. Listen to this count in here. Coming in on E there? Love that. Well, What happened there? What happened? Did the audio break or they just drop? You look at Neil's face and it's like, what happened, Neil? Definitely improving here. Like, definitely, like, it feels like they missed it and it broke, and they're just going to muscle through this one and keep the energy up. You see David back there like, okay, now we're going to drop.
Don't you know?
And we're back on the train.
If you don't, I'm gonna tell you what happens. It always comes right before the dawn.
I love the keyboard part he's adding here. Once it drops down, right, and they kind of get back together, you get this cadence of. Listen to it in the back.
If you don't, I'm gonna tell you what happens. It always comes right before the dawn.
Neil's out of control. Holding on for dear life. So much wild stuff in here. Okay. All right. Okay, my key takeaways. Your energy is at a 10. Tremendous singing and tremendous showmanship. The way that Tom Jones just flows over it all, and just like how Miles Davis plays trumpet, right? Just like there's the sound, and then there's the thing flying on top. Perfect, right? Clearly the band was on, but there were also clearly moments where like they had to muscle through some hard parts that didn't always work out, perhaps the way they practiced it, but the vibe was right. This is one of these magic things. It's when magic gets captured that you could never recreate. This is one of those performances. There are so many of them in recorded history where it's just like you could go back and you could fix a note and you could fix this, but you would lose the magic. You would lose the vibe. That's what you saw on this show. There are so many wild things that Neil was doing too. Like, as simple as it might sound, like for this middle part, for this like A minor to D7 kind of vibe, and to have his thing be the E that comes in is so gnarly to me, right? Because E is, of course, the 5th of A, but it's the 9th of D. And it's just like, it's just like so simple, but not something I would generally pick. And it works. It's so memorable, right? It feels like such a part that elevates it. It's not just like, oh, we can play something and it's in addition to, it elevates it. And then just, man, the drums and I love the sound of the snare, but the drums and the bass player just holding on. There's so much magic in here. I'm going to go back and watch it again, but the singing is just beyond superb. And that count in, you know, right before it appears to be like when they get to that, I never know how to feel that or to count that. It's always one where it's just like, you know, the song so well, you kind of just have to follow the vocals, for me at least, like this is one of those songs where it's just like it's so ingrained in your soul that you know where it is. But every time I was trying to sit there and count it and think it out, like it was gone before. Like I would have to start. It was gone before it even happened. There are so many songs like that. So many Neil Young songs actually that are like that. That have these little 2-bar little pushes there, and it's just like, and there are these short songs that are like gone in 2 minutes. You're like, how'd that even happen? Anyway, I'm rambling. I loved this. Who sent me this? Again, this was Nathan Rogers. Nathan, thanks for being a member on GuitarGate. For all of you out there, if you dig the vibe here, please hit subscribe. It really helps me a lot. And let me know what you think about this performance in the comments. And if you want to be like Nathan and pick what comes next on this YouTube channel and get a shout out and say, hey, focus on this, that is reserved for my GuitarGate subscribers. They are the ones that take my lessons and take my courses and support me as an online educator. If that interests you, it's the first link in the description. It's guitargate.com. I love you all very much, and take care. See you.